Super Crazy Crasher asks, 1. Do you follow any religions or are you atheist/agnostic? I worship the goddess of light herself, Palutena. All hail her perfection. Although, to be legit, I'm not too heavy into religion. I guess you could consider me agnostic though, because I for one do believe there may be something out there waiting for us in the afterlife. But it may or may not be God. I mean, who knows? Maybe it is Palutena. Thing is, I always believe there has to be something more out there, because if we're just living for the sake of living, then what's the point of living? I mean, what are we preparing ourselves for if we're only living in this world just to live in it? If Superior were to be adapted into an anime, how long would you predict it to be? That depends on the length of the manga it's being adapted from. That, and there's also counting the possible filler, since filler tends to be made just to give the manga time to get ahead of the anime a bit, so I can't answer that. What are your thoughts on J-Star Victory vs. Plus? It's great. Kenshin be my go-to main, and he's amazing. Although I feel the roster was a tad disappointing, especially considering the last game had a bunch of different Shonen Jump titles in it, like Black Cat, and hell, even Yu-Gi-Oh! I was also hoping for some Rosario plus Vampire reps, since that's also Shonen Jump too, but still a good game though. 4. Which character to you was the most fun working on for Superior? In terms of character development, Kamiko. In terms of dialogue, Chrome. In terms of humor, Rosalind. Tanuki Toad 979 asks, do you play any Sega games? Yeah, I've played Sonic, Knights, Bayonetta, Mad World, Golden Axe, a ton of Sega games. Have you seen Space Dandy? Nope, never seen it. Ula asks, who's your least favorite character in Smash? This is another question I can't answer because I generally don't hate any characters in Smash. I mean, I may find some shit annoying about certain characters like Cloud and Corn's ridiculous reach with no end leg at the end of it. Seriously, Shulk gets the shaft in this area, but not the DLC. I see how it is. Sonic can be pretty annoying with his zero frame everything, but I can't bring myself to say I dislike them or would say I don't favor them, because I also have fun playing with Cloud, Corn, and Sonic, so I can't really answer this one. Bayonetta is probably a stronger contender, but again, it's not so much the character herself I can't stand, but some things I feel still need to be balanced out. Just saying, when you can gain easy access to Zero to Deaths as easy as Virgil can deplete an entire fucking health bar in one combo, you got yourself a problem. I'll admit it does take some skill to pull off things like that, but I'm still gonna complain about it. 2. Do you plan on having any more streams? Depends if I'm in the mood for them. 3. Any updates on The Rise to Superior? Still working on the first book. Always gonna be working on the first book. Ultimate DBZ Sonic Fan asks, have you watched, read, or played any of Type Moon's works? Nope. I only heard of one of those titles, and even then, I've seen nothing from it. Still interested in Phase Zero, though. Hoshido or Nor? That's easy. Join the battle in Smash. Who do you think is the most underrated protagonist and overrated protagonist in anime? For underrated, I'd probably say Kyo from the Melancholies of Haruhi Suzumiya. People are easy to write him off as just a regular person compared to the rest of the characters, when really, the point was to try to make him as human as possible, then throw him into problems that aren't fit for him. Then he comes to terms with how much better life is when things aren't exactly normal or not of the usual spectrum. He's a very well-written character, and Crispin Freeman just owns the role. As for overrated, none that I can really say without forcing myself to a conclusion. I guess I could say Ash Ketchum, but I know a lot of people who don't like him as a Pokemon trainer either. But I do know a number of people who do like him, and I can't imagine why. I mean, every adventure he is in the exact same scenario with every season. Catches Pokemon, goes to gym battles, beats up Team Rocket, loses at the Pokemon League, repeat cycle. What's your opinion on all the newcomers in Smash 4? Greninja I love, and I'm making him a solid secondary. Palutena is main, Lucina is waifu, Dark Pit is meh, Rosalina has an annoying fucking Luma, Bowser Jr. at first made me raise an eyebrow, Duck Hunt made me go why, Robin looked interesting, Mega Man was Hype City, Pac-Man should have saw it coming, but didn't, Villager was cool to watch, Wii Fit Trainer still makes me go eh? Shulk was amazing to see, Little My Academy cheering, Cloud was completely unexpected, Ryu was hype, but I'll never be able to main him, Corrin was cool, and Bayonetta was half excited and half disappointment because she wasn't Klonoa. Ultimate Spaz asks, 1. What is best pizza topping? My favorite is sausage. Yes, make all the dick jokes you want because you won't ruin it for me. Is it ever not rhyme time? Honey, can't have a rainbow without a little rhyme, baby. Which of your commentaries would you say you are the least proud of? Without a doubt, my co-op with Henry on Adam's rant about Nintendo. I realized how bad we both fucked up, and it was so bad I even went to the guy personally and apologized for it. Vulture Duck asks, what is the most underrated game besides Klonoa? Phoenix Wright games. While people know of them, it's not a series of games a lot of people have played, they just know it from the memes, and they're definitely good games. They're very fun to play, more so being games that really make you think, but it's fun to actually think about these cases and progress further in the game solely based on your knowledge and common sense. It actually makes you feel smart. Any character you wish to be in Smash 4? There's plenty I would have loved to see. I'd love to see Snake return. There's also Klonoa, Dust, Amaterasu, Shantae, Rayman. Out of all of them though, I really wanted to see Klonoa the most. Especially after that fucking Smashified shit going on. Seriously, look it up. It looks so good. Then there's the alts that were used. Like, come on. It looks so legit. Favorite death battle / 1 minute melee. Favorite death battle is a tie between Raiden vs. Wolverine and Snake vs. Sam Fisher. They're just such a beautiful fight in general. Very well animated, engaging, and not to mention my boys Raiden and Snake won. Now that's a pretty meme. I'm not exactly a fan of 1 minute melee, mainly due to how it's set up like a Mugen game and not so much an actual fight of skill between the characters. Not to mention, they get really predictable around the last few seconds. Whoever is pulling off the vicious combo at the end, well, yeah, they're going to win. Have you heard about Super Smash Flash 2 and Super Smash Bros. Crusade? I heard of the first one, but not the second one. I know Super Smash Flash 2 had Naruto in the roster, and that was pretty cool. B10 Chili asks, what kind of videos you're making next? Well, I already teased my next commentary video early on in this Q&A, and I plan on remaking my Palutena montage, only instead of hosting it on the Spiffy Needle Geeks channel, it'll be on here. Worst video you commentated on? Without a doubt, Mr. Enter's video on satire. It was just so painful to sit through, and quite frankly, his video quality has gotten more and more painful to sit through. Basically, anytime Enter goes on about something, he clearly has no idea what he's talking about. It just feels so bad. Like, he's probably one of the few people who make shit so bad that people who aren't commentators would want to commentate on his shit. But what makes it feel even worse is that not only does this guy pretend to talk about like, oh, he knows everything, he knows it all, but there's actually people who believe that he's this all-knowing person. People who, like Enter, don't bother checking their facts or take shit too seriously to see if they're even right on the subject, or just not taking subjectivity into account and making things based on fact according to their own bullshit ideology. Wiley Bat asks, favorite show / cartoon currently still running right now? Steven Universe. Great story, memorable characters, great humor, it's all just so well put together, and the art direction's great too. Favorite voice actor? Crispin Freeman. I just love his work, especially his voice work for Kyon from the Haruhi Suzumiya stuff. Oh, and he was Sundowner. He's fucking invincible. Best and worst movie you've seen in recent memory. I've already said Deadpool is the best I've seen in recent memory, but as for worst, Pixels. The film was not only terribly unfunny, but the overall direction was poor and ended with a stupid film with no sense of story or direction. Everyone in the movie being stupid, and a guy having sex with Q*bert making Q*bert babies. Excuse me for a moment. Thoughts on latter-day Nostalgia Critic and Channel Awesome in general? I don't exactly care for Doug Walker's stuff nowadays. I mean, I'll watch it sometimes, but it's not my go-to for reviewing entertainment. And everything else on Channel Awesome, being legit, it bores me. Doug Walker is honestly the only good thing on Channel Awesome. And if I don't really care so much for his stuff, then I'm sorry, nothing else on that channel is going to make me care. Winter Heart asks, what catches your attention in a video? Good editing, quality entertainment, the usual words. I mean, sometimes things can get subjective, but there's instances where I can actually say, yes, work was put into this, and no effort was put into this whatsoever. Are there any characters you thought of using as your avatar? Currently, aside from Phonebone and Misao, I thought of going with Palutena, Tharja, Naruto, Greninja, Kyon, Deadpool, Papyrus, Aflac Duck, yes, I actually considered that one, shut up, and I'm currently debating on using my OC Kamiko as an avatar again. only instead of sprites recolored from Naruto, it's actual drawings made by me. Did Ski Hound die and become a magical girl named Ski Star, or was it the other way around? Now, see, what happened is Ski took the lime and the coconut and splooged it on Ryan and his thirsty, thirsty lips. What is a video of yours that you wish you could fix? I'd co-op with Henry, and I'd fix it by making sure it never existed. Well, that's it for the Q&A. If I didn't answer a question of yours, it was probably because I already answered it earlier. I had a lot of them to work around this time, and I'm glad I could answer these for you and play some footage of me being an ass in Smash 4. And Alpha Lee guy, I hope you're appreciating all this, because I'm doing this shit to you next.